Well, the Prime Minister, of course, suggesting there, wasn't he, that he feels that it could actually make things worse if people were to go back sooner. And we know that people are ending up in hospital, though, Tom. In certain parts of the country, hospitalisations have more than doubled in the past week or so, and infection cases across the country are still continuing to grow. Do you think this gamble, and it is a gamble by the Prime Minister, is going to pay off?
I think he's made absolutely the right call. I think the Prime Minister deserves quite a lot of credit for the fact that he hasn't introduced any further restrictions ahead of Christmas and ahead of New Year's Eve. I think that the indications are that he made the correct assessment. I think there is pressure on our hospitals, but it doesn't seem to me to be anywhere near unsustainable. At the end of the day, we're talking about a pandemic we've been living with for 21 months. We're talking about lockdown restrictions that are not without consequence, lockdown restrictions that have had a huge economic impact on people's livelihoods and have crippled the mental health of millions of people up and down the country. So for me, there is just no justification for any further restrictions to our lives, liberties, and livelihoods. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. In fact, I really hope we can get to a point very soon where we can have this sort of big watershed moment where a Prime Minister can say, actually, not only we're not going to introduce restrictions now, but permanently, we are not going to look at these restrictions as an option. It is not a long-term sustainable way of dealing with COVID because we know this isn't the last variant. So we've got to give people and communities and businesses certainty to plan and live their lives with confidence, knowing that the blunt instrument of lockdown restrictions will never be used again.